Buy all your Willys and Jeep restoration parts at theJeepsterMan.com, because we're not just Jeepsters anymore.
Hey guys, this is John at JeepsterMan, and today I'm working on a CJ3B, specifically working on the distributor, part number 923068E is in Echo. So today I installed a solid state distributor into this F-head 134. And I'm just going to talk about a few things, a few pointers and stuff that might help you out if you're doing this installation. So here is the here's the box. This is a crown one. It does come with instructions. There's also instructions on our website. This one was a little more difficult because someone at some point in time had replaced the crankshaft pulley. It's kind of hard to see it down through there. But this crankshaft pulley was not notched, meaning I could not tell where number one was. There was no reference mark on the on that pulley itself. So if you find that yourself in that situation, you're going to have to find top dead center at number one. So number one is over here on this side. I had to remove this spark plug here, and I held my finger over this and turned the engine over and felt until I was on the compression stroke top dead center for the number one. So that's where you want to get yourself to. Now you could turn it over. I was using a key because I was here by myself, or you could turn it over by hand slowly. Make sure you get to the compression stroke on the number one, because you're going to have to line this distributor up. Now I have another used one here. So the end of the flat tip here, these are offset on the end. So when you go to install this distributor back in there, it's offset. So it's only going to go in one way, and it has to line up with the oil pump down there, and it has to line up or that will not install. Now, some people complain that distributors are hard to pull out, and yeah, they're a little bit hard to pull out. I've heard of people, sometimes they're stuck in there, but they're also a little bit difficult to get back in as well. So this seal here, it's pretty tight. What I did when I was installing the new one is I put some oil on here, and I also made sure that I had some oil on the inside here where the shaft goes into the side of the engine block. And you do have to push pretty hard to get that thing in there. And then once you get about, I'd say about a 1/4 inch from this notch lining up into the oil pump, you got to get it lined up just right, and then it'll just pop itself the rest of the way out. Then once you get that installed, you got to make sure you have the correct firing order. So at that point in time, your rotor should be pointing to wherever the number one is on this one. So for us, number one was here. Then this should be number 3. That should be number 4, and that should be number 2. Now these rotate counterclockwise, okay? So that should get you in the ballpark area. We'll talk about the 2 wires. So on this solid state distributor, you got 2 wires. There's a blue wire, and then there's a black wire. This is a 12 volt. This solid state only works with 12 volt, will not work with 6 volt. So I was able to use the stock coil on this. These coils already have internal resistance built into them. So if that's the situation that you're working with, the blue is going to go to the negative side here, if you can see that, and then the black is going to go to the positive side there. So that's how you hook up the 2 wires, and that's really all there is. There's the 2 wires in the housing and such, and there is a bolt underneath here that holds, it's like a clamp that holds that to the block, and I left that loose until I kind of got it timed, or got it close at least. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And like I said, this one was difficult because I had no notch marks, no timing marks to exactly tell where top dead center was. So I had to do a lot of I turned this engine over quite a few times, making sure that I was in the correct position. If you do replace that crankshaft pulley, make sure you notch it when you put it on so you can tell where top dead center is on number one. I've been told, the original ones, they have notches on them. I don't know why the reproduction ones don't. They really feel like they should, but if yours doesn't, make sure that if you're putting one on there, I would go ahead and notch that. So again, this part number was 923068. E is in Echo. You can find these on our website. This is the solid state for 12 volt only. If you got any questions, you can email us sales@thejeepsterman.com, or you can call us 314-798-6462. Thanks.
To get a free copy of the Willys and Jeep Restoration Parts catalog from the Jeepsterman, go to www.thejeepsterman.com and order your free copy today.
Awesome. Actually, you know what?
No high tech at all.
That's